Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to crochet a slim fit spider web top. It is an easy pattern and friendly for beginners. For this top I only use some basic stitches like treble or triple crochet and chains. It made out of two pieces. Attach them together and then add the sleeves. For this top, it can fit for size XS and size S. And in this video, I also showing you how to measuring and how to increase for any size. Okay, now without further ado, let's get started. To begin, make a slip knot. And then chain 4. After you got 4 chains, then skip 3 chains from the hook and make slip stitch into the 4th chain. To make slip stitch, continue insert the hook into the loop. Yarn over and pull through all the loops. And now we got a small circle. We are going to working the stitch into this middle loop. To begin, for round 1, chain 4. For chain 4, we count it as a treble or triple crochet stitch. And next, add one more chain. It is for a chain space. And then we are going to make treble or triple crochet into the circle. To make treble crochet, yarn over twice. Insert the hook into the circle. Yarn over and pull up a loop. And now you have 4 loops on the hook. Then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And now you still have 3 loops on the hook. Then yarn over, pull through 2 loops again. And then yarn over again, pull through all these 2 last loops. And this is how we make treble or triple crochet. And next, repeat the pattern by chain 1, then make treble crochet into the circle. After you have made a treble crochet, then chain 1 and make another treble crochet into the circle. Keep repeating this around until you got 14 treble crochet stitches. Then we meet you back again. And after you got 14 stitches of treble crochet, include the chain 4 stitch, you must have 15 stitches in total. And next, chain 1. Then continue make slip stitch into the 4th chain. Skip 3 chains and make slip stitch into the 4th chain. And this is what the first round looks like. And next, for round 2, chain 4. Like I said, chain 4 we count it as a treble crochet stitch. After you have made 4 chains, we are going to make increase by add 2 more chains into your previous chain space of the row below. At the row below, we made chain 1 space, and for the next row, we are going to add 2 more chains. In total, you must have 3 chains. After you have add 3 more chains, then skip chain 1 space and make treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch. And this is what it looks like. You can use stitch marker to mark at the 4th chain. And next, repeat the pattern by chain 3. Then skip chain 1 space and make treble crochet into the treble crochet stitch. After you have made a treble crochet, then chain 3. Skip chain 1 space, then make treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch. Repeat around until you reach the last treble crochet stitch, then I will meet you back again. And this is what it looks like after you reach the last treble crochet stitch. And next, continue add 3 more chains, then make slip stitch into the 4th chain. After you have made slip stitch, and this is what the second round looks like. Remember, you always have 15 stitches the same, including the chain 4 stitch, but the number of the chain space keep increasing because we want to make the spider web more bigger and bigger. You always add 2 more chains into your previous chain space of the row below. So for round 3, chain 4 as a treble crochet stitch, and after you have made chain 4, then chain 5 as a chain space. And next, skip the chain space of the row below, then make treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch. Repeat the pattern by chain 5, skip chain space, and make treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch. Repeat around until you reach the last chain space, then I will meet you back again. After you reach the last treble crochet stitch or the last chain space, then continue make chain 5 for the chain space and make slip stitch into the 4th chain to connect the round. And this is what the 3rd round of the spider web looks like. For the next row, like I said, please keep increasing by keep adding 2 more chains into your previous chain space of the row below. Keep increasing until you reach round 6, then we meet you back again. And this is the pattern of my next round, in case that you guys don't understand what I have explained. And this is what my spider web looks like after I reach round 6. And for you guys want to make it bigger for your own measurement, you can keep increasing until you got your desired fit. For the length of this spider web, it is equal 14 inches. It is my front bust measurement. It's measuring from the first underarm until it reaches the other underarm. And next, for one last round, I'm gonna show you how to make the web drop or the thread loop. So after you reach round 6, and next, continue from where your last stitch is for round 7. You just chain 4, then repeat the pattern until you have 4 last chain spaces. And next, we are going to make the web drop. So after you have made a treble crochet, and then pull the loop on the hook really loose and long. It's up to your desired length. And then leave it there. We are going to insert the hook into these 2 loops. So for this one, it's just a sample. You just keep repeating your actual work. For my actual top, for this round 7, I make 13 chains for the chain space, but we only make a halfway of the chain space and then make a web drop. So for my actual work, I'm gonna chain 5 or 6 and then pull the loop on the hook and drop it. Leave it there. And next, we are going to continue add more chains by place the hook under this web drop and then yarn over, pull up the loop, then continue add more chains until you got 13 chains in total for the chain space. And after you got the number of your chain space, then make treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch. And this is what it looks like. As you can see, we want to make the web drop at the treble crochet stitch and the web drop in the middle of the chain space. So for the next stitch, you just repeat the same thing until you reach the end of the round. Then I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the round, then continue make slip stitch into the 4th chain. And next, chain 1 and make the web drop. Then continue insert the hook into the treble crochet stitch and make chain 1, leave a long tail of yarn and cut off the yarn. And now we are done for the web drop, and this is what it looks like. Remember, we only make this web drop into these big 4 chain spaces, and for this big 4 chain spaces, it is the length for your body, which is at your under bust part. And next, count 3 chain spaces from the chain space of the web drop, as you can see. Then use stitch marker to mark at the treble crochet stitch that near the 3rd chain space. Count 3 chain spaces the same into the other side, and use stitch marker to mark at a treble crochet stitch that near the 3rd chain space. For this upper part, you must have 5 chain spaces. And next, please repeat the same thing for the other spider web. And now we got both the front and the back part of the top. And next, we are going to attach this both sides together. Skip this big 1 chain space and use stitch marker to mark at a treble crochet stitch, and then count 3 chain spaces and use stitch marker to mark at the treble crochet stitch. So for this 1 chain space that we mark, it is for a shoulder part. And for these 3 chain spaces between this bow stitch marker, it is for a neckline. As you can see in this picture, at my neckline I have 3 chain spaces and I have 1 chain space for each side of the shoulder. No matter of any size, you just count and mark the same thing like mine. Don't forget to count and mark the same thing into the other side of the top. And next, we are going to connect the shoulder part together. To begin, attach the yarn into the stitch where the first stitch marker of the first side is. And next, chain 4 as a treble crochet stitch. And after you got 4 chains, and then make treble crochet into the stitch where the first stitch marker marked at the other side. After you have made a treble crochet, and next, let's look at your previous chain space of the row below. For mine, I have made 13 chains for the chain space. So for this connecting part, you have to make 13 chains, the same number like the chain space of the row below. After you got the number of your chain space, and next, continue make treble crochet into the stitch where the second stitch marker marked at the first side. After you have made a treble crochet, and next, continue make another treble crochet into the other stitch, which is the second stitch marker that marked at the other side of the top, as you can see. After you have made a treble crochet, and this is what the shoulder part looks like. And next, chain 1 and cut off the yarn. And now we are done for the first shoulder part. And for the other shoulder part, please repeat the same thing like the first part. we are done connected both shoulder parts together. And as you can see, this is the neckline or the neck hole. And now you can remove all the stitch marker. And then use a stitch marker to mark at this middle chain space of the shoulder part. And then mark at the same point into the other side. And then fold this both part into 2 pieces like this. And this is the measurement of each part of the top looks like. And after you have fold both part into 2 pieces, and next measuring from the stitch marker, which is the top of the shoulder, until you got 5.5 inches length, and then use stitch marker to mark at that 5.5 inches end. For this arm measurement, you can measuring it from the top of your shoulder until you reach underneath of your underarm. And after you have measuring and mark for both sides of the top, and now you got a small armhole. Don't worry if it's too small or really tight around the arm, because we still have to add more rows at the underneath of the underarm to connect both of the front part and the back part of the top together. But repeat the same pattern like we connect the shoulder part together. To begin, attach the yarn into the loop that you mark. And then chain 4 as a treble crochet stitch. Next, continue make treble crochet into the other side loop that we marked. After you have made a treble crochet stitch, and this is what my final armhole looks like. As you can see, it looks bigger than before. For my armhole measurement, after I have added the treble crochet stitches, it is equal 13 inches length. And next, let's look at your chain space of the row below. For mine, I have 9 chains, and then for this new row, I have to make 9 chains the same. After you have made the same number of the chain space like the row below, then skip the chain space below and make treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch. And this is what it looks like. And next, we are going to continue make treble crochet into the other treble crochet stitch of the second side. After you have made a treble crochet stitch, and this is what it looks like. It is the same technique like we used to connect the shoulder part together. And next, after you have made a treble crochet, let's look at your chain space of the row below. For mine, I have 13 chains for the chain space. So for this new row, I have to make 13 chains the same. After you got the number of your chain space, then skip the chain space of the row below and make treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch. And after you have made a treble crochet into the first side, then continue make treble crochet into the other treble crochet stitch of the second side. And after you have made a treble crochet, then chain 1 and make a web drop. And then chain 1 again to secure it and cut off the yarn. And now we are done, and this is what the bottom or the edge of the top looks like. And next, for the other armhole, please repeat the same thing like the first armhole. Then I will meet you back again. And now we are done connecting the body part together and make the armholes. And this is what it looks like. And next, we are going to make the sleeves. For the sleeves, we are working from the underneath of the underarm. To begin, attach the yarn into a treble crochet stitch at the underarm part. For round 1, chain 4 as a treble crochet stitch. After you have made chain 4, and next, let's look at your chain space of the row below. I have 13 chains for the chain space. So start from this round 1 for the sleeves. We are going to decreasing the number of the chain space by subtract 3 chains from the number of the chain space of the row below. It means that for my new row, I have to make 10 chains only. And after you have made 10 chains, then continue make treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch of the row below. And this is what it looks like. Next, repeat the pattern by chain 10. And after you have made 10 chains, at the row below I have 2 small chain spaces, which is a treble crochet stitch and a chain 4 stitch. So we are going to skip this treble crochet space and chain 4 space, then make treble crochet into the next stitch. After you have made a treble crochet, and this is what it looks like. And next, repeat the pattern by chain 10. Then skip this big chain space at the row below and make treble crochet into the next treble crochet stitch of the row below. And this is what it looks like once again. Next, keep repeating the pattern the same by chain 10. Then skip these 2 small chain spaces, which is chain 4 stitch and the treble crochet stitch. Then make treble crochet into the next loop. And this is what it looks like. And for the last chain space, after you have made 10 chains, then skip these 2 small chain spaces and continue make slip stitch into the 4th chain. And after you have made slip stitch, and this is what it looks like, you must have 5 big chain spaces for the sleeves. And next, for round 2 until round 3, chain 4 as a treble crochet stitch. Then repeat the pattern by continue make 10 chains. Then skip the chain space below and make treble crochet into a treble crochet stitch. Repeat around until you reach the end of the row, then make slip stitch into the 4th chain. After you have made slip stitch into the 4th chain, and next for round 3 you have to repeat the same thing like round 2, then we meet you back again. And after you reach round 3, and for the next round, start from round 4 until round 11, we are going to start decreasing the number of the chain space again. You just repeat the same pattern like the row below, and this time you only subtract 2 from your previous chain space of the row below. So for my previous chain space, I have made 10 chains, and for my new row, I make 8 chains only after I have subtract 2 chains, and then continue repeat the pattern pattern by make treble crochet, chain 8 and skip the chain space, make treble crochet, repeat around, then make slip stitch until you reach row 11. You guys can always try this top on your body to see the sleeve fit your arm and where you want to start decreasing to make your sleeve get smaller and slimmer. You guys can start make decreasing from any row that you think you want it more smaller. And this is the pattern of my next round that I continue decreasing until I reach my wrist. And after you reach your wrist part, and for the last round, we are going to repeat the same pattern like your previous round, but you just add the web drop into that last row. For the web drop around my wrist, I make it only at the treble crochet stitch and repeat around the wrist. And now we are done for the first sleeve, and for the measurement of this sleeve, measuring from round 1 until round 18, it is equal 19 inches length. And next, for the second sleeve, please repeat the same thing like the first sleeve. And now your slim fit spider web top is done. If you like this tutorial, please don't forget to click like and leave a positive comment down below. Subscribe to my channel and don't forget to follow me on my social medias. And I will see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye bye.